There are sounds that linger, whispers, screams, and sudden silences. They mark the moments when lives change forever. In the world of emergency calls, these sounds are captured and preserved. A 911 call is a lifeline, a desperate voice reaching through chaos, hoping someone is listening. Sometimes, what's said, or left unsaid, tells a story more chilling than fiction. These calls are echoes of real human fear, windows into moments of pure terror. When we listen, we feel the frantic heartbeat, the panic in a shaky breath. We're transported to that room, that dark road, as the world turns upside down. Listening requires courage. It asks us to witness someone else's nightmare. The stories that follow are built around such calls, ordinary days turned into headlines. Each call is a puzzle piece, a clue to a tragedy about to unfold. They force us to ask, what was happening just out of sight? The answers often haunt us. We explore these moments not for shock, but for understanding. By listening to these echoes, we honor the voices that made them. We remember the people behind the calls, the lives changed, the communities left to heal. It's a journey into darkness, but also a search for light and the strength of the human spirit. The story always begins with a sound, a ring, and then, a voice. Sometimes that voice is all that's left. Sometimes, it's enough to change everything. This is where our story begins. Moscow, Idaho, a quiet college town, doors left unlocked. But on November 13, 2022, that peace was shattered. Inside a house on King Road, 4 university students, Ethan, Zana, Madison, and Kaylee, were gone, victims of a brutal act. The community was stunned. The nation watched. The first sign something was wrong, a 911 call from inside the house just before noon. It wasn't a murder report, it was about an unconscious person. Confusion and fear filled the background. The dispatcher tried to make sense of fragmented information. The call was brief but heavy with unspoken dread. Multiple voices, a roommate fainted, and the real horror still hidden. The call is disturbing not for what it says, but for what it doesn't. It's the sound of innocence colliding with evil. The roommates didn't know the extent of the tragedy. They were just trying to help a friend, but a much darker story had already played out. The call is a chilling prelude, a quiet, confused whisper before the scream of grief that would engulf the town. Sometimes the most haunting moments are the ones filled with uncertainty. In that silence, everything changed, and the world would soon know why. When police arrived at King Road, the scene was unimaginable. The call about an unconscious person became a quadruple homicide. Fear swept through Moscow. Safety was gone. For the families, the call marked the start of a nightmare. Their grief was public, their loss incomprehensible. The surviving roommate